to Inside Prime with Vanshika Agarwal. This week on Inside Prime, government new law for coaching under 16 year age. Years ago, US involvement in the Vietnam War ended, but first we start with global headlines.
The reports of Kenneth Smith and his death last night obviously is troubling. It is very troubling to us as an administration. It is very troubling to us here at the White House. It underscores why the president support the Attorney General's moratorium on federal death penalty, pending review of the policies and procedures governing its use. The president has long said and has had deep concerns with how the death penalty is implemented and whether it is consistent with our values. So we are deeply troubled by it.
Tangan ya, persediaan pakan, terus sejarah ataupun mungkin memang ada populasi alami, masih juga dilihat bagaimana kondisi satwa.
Welcome to the Inside Prime with me, Vanshika Agarwal. Recently, Indian government issued one guideline for coaching center in the scenario of rising the number of suicide in Indian media. Here cover story, ADCT news team brings an overview of the whole situation.
की शुरुआत ही वहीं से होती है जब स्कूलों की नींव कमजोर हो जाती है। आज प्राइवेट स्कूल की बात देखें, प्राइवेट स्कूल में तो थोड़ी बहुत पढ़ाई भी हो जाती है, लेकिन सरकारी स्कूल, खासकर पूरे देश के देहाती ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में जो स्कूल है उसकी बात देखें, टीचर्स का लेवल देखें, उनके क्वालिटी को देखें, उनके नॉलेज को देखें, कितना अपडेट हो रहे हैं या नहीं हो रहे, इस बात की जानकारी को देखें तो आप हैरान रह जाएंगे। अभी हाल फिलहाल में असर की रिपोर्ट भी इस बात को पुख्ता करती है कि शिक्षकों की हालत क्या है। तो कोचिंग को समाप्त करना एक केवल सॉल्यूशन नहीं है, बल्कि पैरेलल हम अपनी व्यवस्था को मजबूत करें। अच्छे टीचर्स की बहाली कैसे हो, अच्छे नौजवान साथी लोग टीचिंग में कैसे आए, इसके लिए प्रयास किया जाए। जो शिक्षक बहाल हो गए, पढ़ा रहे हैं, उनको कैसे ट्रेनिंग दिया जाए, बेसिक नॉलेज की जानकारी के साथ साथ, सब्जेक्ट की जानकारी के साथ साथ, कंप्यूटर का, सॉफ्टवेयर की जानकारी, अब तो एआई की भी जानकारी चाहिए। मल्टीमीडिया का उपयोग करके बच्चों को कैसे पढ़ाए, जो रियल लाइफ है उसका उदाहरण देके, उसके एग्जाम्पल्स देके बच्चों को कैसे पढ़ाए, ये ट्रेनिंग देने की जरूरत है। आईआईटी कर गए, नीट क्वालिफाई कर गए, क्लैट कर लिया है, मेरे बच्चों को भी होना चाहिए, मेरा बच्चा उनसे कैसे कम रहेगा, अपने अधूरे सपनों को बच्चों पर थोपा जा रहा है। तो पेरेंट्स को भी सजग होना रहेगा। अभी देखिए, अभी सुबह सुबह एक फोन आया बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग, यार ये क्या हुआ, सरकार ने तो बड़ा बेकार किया। हमने बोला कि क्या एक पेरेंट्स का फोन है, क्या बेकार किया भाई। तो 16 साल से बच्चों का जो कोचिंग चलता था उसको रोक रही है सरकार। अरे मेरा बेटा स्कूल में पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही तो पढ़ेगा कहाँ? कितना बड़ा प्रश्न उठाया उन्होंने। तो सरकार को चाहिए
कि जो बच्चे होते हैं उनके लिए कोचिंग सही नहीं है, क्योंकि जो बच्चा होता है वो 16 साल की उम्र के बाद ही समझदार होता है, तभी उसे पता चलता है कि किस फील्ड में जाना है, किस फील्ड में नहीं जाना। और 16 साल से पहले अगर उसको वो बच्चा कोचिंग में लग जाएगा तो जो स्कूल की जो कैरिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ होती है, एक्स्ट्रा कैरिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ हैं, स्पोर्ट्स हैं या फिर जो भी सब एक्टिविटीज़ हैं, वो सबसे दूर हो जाएगा, उसको कुछ पता नहीं चलेगा। फिर उस पर एक साथ 16 साल से पहले अपना बर्डन कोचिंग का, क्योंकि बर्डन तो देखो सिलेबस तो बहुत होता है, तो उसका बर्डन वो उसके लिए ठीक नहीं है, वो उसके लिए भी नॉर्मल एनवायरनमेंट ही ठीक है, उससे ज़्यादा बर्डन हो जाता है। और फाइनेंशियली भी पेरेंट्स के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है कि 16 साल से पहले उनको उसको कोचिंग में अफोर्ड करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। हर किसी के लिए संभव नहीं है कि अपने बच्चे को कोचिंग कराएं, तो वो भी एक इशू है। तो मेरे हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट का डिसीजन ठीक है।
Kota is now as India's coaching city. Here a large number of students come for IIT, JEE and NEET coaching, but this city also known for high number of suicide of students. As per the investigations of ADCT Tor news platform, there are around 180 to 200 suicides every year. This report is available on our Tor platform and has interviews of top sources that confirm our data. The Vietnam War was a conflict that took place in Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia from November 1955 to the fall of Saigon on April 1975. The primary parties involved were the Communist forces of Northern Vietnam, supported by China and the Soviet Union, and the government of South Vietnam, supported by the United States and other anti-communist allies. The United States became heavily involved in the conflict during the 1960s, sending troops to support the South Vietnamese government in its fight against the communist insurgency. The war was highly controversial both domestically within the United States and internationally, with widespread protest against US involvement. The conflict resulted in significant loss of life, with estimates of Vietnamese civilian and the military casualties ranging from 0.9 million to 3.8 million, and over 58,000 American soldiers killed. The war also held profound social, political, and cultural impacts on both Vietnam and the United States, shaping subsequent foreign policy decisions and influencing popular culture for years to come.
Hanoi, August 1945. The man who calls himself Ho Chi Minh, he who enlightens, is greeted by delirious crowds when he arrives with his guerrilla forces after Japan's defeat. Smaller crowds greet the French returning to their colony. Ho proclaims Vietnam's independence in September 1945. The French treat him as the head of an independent state. Years before, this same man left his homeland, became a sailor, a pastry chef in London, a photo retoucher in France, and rented a dress suit and derby hat to petition President Wilson at Versailles in 1919. Ho pleaded for independence for Vietnam. No one listened to him except the French communists. He became a founding member of their party in 1920. Then began his long march to power. Moscow, New York, Berlin, prisons in Hong Kong and China were his way stations. He assumed a dozen different names as he rose in the hierarchy of world communism, but he never lost sight of his main goal, Vietnamese independence. In the summer
ADCT News start a new segment Health Plus for health awareness here. Now today in 1 minute we know about the obesity and its impact.
Obesity is when someone has too much body fat and weighs more than what is considered healthy for their height. It can happen when a person eats too much unhealthy food and doesn't get enough exercise.
Understanding obesity, the condition of having too much body fat, is vital for health awareness, prevention, and management. It informs lifestyle choices, enables early intervention for health risks, guides public health policies, promotes social acceptance, and addresses the economic burden associated with healthcare costs and lost productivity. Israel and Palestine have been caught up in a bitter struggle for survival since the turn of the 20th century. There is a deep, complicated history behind the violence taking place today.
French President Emmanuel Macron has arrived in India to attend the Republic Day parade tomorrow as its chief guest. He arrived in Jaipur this afternoon and was joined by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a tour of heritage site and a roadshow. Macron's visit caps the 25th anniversary celebration of India-France strategic partnership. Now time to take an analysis on India-France relation analysis.
India and France share a long-standing relationship characterized by strategic cooperation and mutual respect. The ties between the two nations encompass various sectors including defense, trade, culture, and education. Recent years have seen significant advancements in defense collaboration, highlighted by the procurement of Rafale fighter jets. Economic cooperation is also flourishing, with trade and investment ties deepening across diverse sectors such as aerospace, renewable energy, and technology. Additionally, both countries engage in regular political dialogue and collaborate closely on global issues such as climate change and counterterrorism. Cultural exchanges and academic partnerships further strengthen people-to-people ties, fostering a robust and multifaceted relationship between India and France.
Industrial partnership between Tata and Airbus helicopters for production of H-125 helicopters. industrial partnership between Tata and Airbus helicopters for production of H125 helicopters with a significant indigenous and localization component.
Safran is fully willing to do it with 100% transfer of technology, 100% transfer of technology in design, development, certification, production.
In recent years, India has been making a significant strides towards harnessing renewable energy sources to meet its growing energy demands while mitigating environmental concerns. With a focus on innovation and sustainability, the country is embracing a diverse array of technologies and advancement to drive its renewable energy transition. Among the forefront of these innovations are breakthroughs in solar power, wind energy, and the promising future of lithium-ion batteries.
Our world has never ever witnessed an energy crisis of this depth and of this complexity.
Energy is the lifeblood of economy. We remember the importance of energy when we have a scarcity of it. An energy crisis is an opportunity to do a step change. There is no time to lose, and so we should really use this opportunity to go ahead and decarbonize the energy system and also make energy system more resilient, secure and affordable for everyone.
Industrial production and transportation are the two sectors that emit most CO2 in Europe. Electrification of industrial processes is often the solution. And we already see a lot of examples of that, especially in industry, I think.
If you look specifically at the hard-to-abate sectors, what you see is that the solutions technically are there. What is stopping the transition is actually the cost of doing it.
Manufacturing, batteries, solar panels, electric cars, nuclear power, energy efficiency, heat pumps, hydrogen energy. All of them are flourishing around the world. United States came out with a major package of Inflation Reduction Act. Europe is giving a similar response to that. Japan, India, China.
Countries which really want to pump prime their economy, which really want to increase the energy balance, the only way which will actually bring the cost of energy down, and that is through the supply of green energy, which is the only energy, the more you use it, the cheaper it becomes. They are the economies which are going to steal the march on the rest of the world.
In the $3.4 trillion investment gap to finance the climate challenge, I think we have more than $100 billion that is needed to fund the infrastructure gap just in Africa. It's very important for everyone to ensure that we are financing projects in an inclusive way without excluding any technology, any fuel that is important for the future.
If you want to decarbonize a complete value chain, it's very hard for one player in the industry to do that alone. So what we do in LCET, low carbon emitting technologies, in this platform which has been created by the WEF, what we do here is with a group of industry players, we collectively decarbonize an entire value chain, and this spreads risk.
We need to understand that energy is not only about supply. Many people talk about fossil fuel versus renewable. That is an important part of the debate. But we have to talk also a lot about, or to work a lot, on the demand side. Because if we lower the demand, we'll need less energy supply.
So it's about making sure that we actually make a reality out of the technology, the knowledge and the capital that is actually there in order to run this. And we need to increase.
Now we are at the end of today's Impact Prime. We will come next weekend. Until like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, and for more updates visit our website adctnews.com.